You just feel a sense of peace that you might haven't felt in a while or ever.
Helped me so much in like
Yeah.
most difficult period of my life, probably.
Aw,
Saved me.
their very first sauna session. It's usually like, holy shit. It's the same thing that makes everything in life special. It's not the thing itself, it's the people. I'm getting goosebumps.
If you think island life is about the beaches, you are missing half of the story. There is a secret to how locals survive the off-season and recharge in the summer. And it starts right here. Let me introduce you Lou, and Lou owns a sauna business on the Vineyard.
Yes.
So Lou, tell me, how did it start?
The sauna business, this has been a 20-year journey in the making. And I think for me, it started out of a need for community, but community in the sense of doing something that was healthy to do together, as opposed to picking something that was more obvious, like drinking.
Okay.
And
I love
so, yeah. And so I was sauning, by myself for a long time, and I thought it was lovely. It's lovely to get the health benefits. It was lovely to zen out and get really intimate with myself and know myself on a familiar level, more than I ever thought I could. And then there was this idea of, what if, I didn't do this alone? And so I opened my home to my friends and my family and anyone who was willing to come and just take care of themselves, in the form of getting in a sauna or hopping in a cold plunge. But that's how it really started. And I've had the free sauna plunge community here in Chilmark for about 5 years. And it's been so lovely. And we've talked about turning it into a business, and those conversations kind of manifested into, one of which is this sauna trailer behind us, and creating something that was accessible not just for our friend community, but something that was accessible for everyone on the Vineyard, that we could either, bring to them, or we could bring to a certain location and they could go to. The whole idea behind the business was, it started with community, and then it transformed into making it accessible for the entire community. And so that's kind of where we're at in terms of the business. We curate the availability, prices, accessibility of the sauna to really benefit people who live in this community, and people who are here just visiting. We tend to give the option first to people who live here. And then, we want to include everyone. So that's why we're creating more than one mobile sauna. I'm building 2 right over there. And yeah, the idea is to build as many as we possibly can, to offer sauna, cold water, just real transparent wellness to as many people as we can.
I love it. And you built it by yourself.
Yeah.
So this sauna was built by you?
This sauna was actually designed by me, and I had the help of the Amish up in upstate New York. I found someone who had already built a similar sauna, not as big. This is actually the biggest sauna trailer on the whole East Coast.
Nice.
Yeah. And
I experienced that.
Yeah. And I connected with a guy in upstate New York who had built a few saunas, and his turnaround time was so quick. It was a lot faster than I could build myself. And so I love the idea of collaboration, of working with people. And so I had him, I designed it. He built it in a week. I drove to New York. I brought this home, and here we are with this monster sauna plunge trailer. But yeah, any additional saunas from here on out, it's fun to build them. It's fun for so many reasons. When you're building something that is going to directly impact someone's health in a positive way, it's hard not to feel grateful while you're building. It's hard not to feel joy, even in tough moments, because you know that the process is about, like, helping people. And that's really what we're here for, is just to help each other.
What do you feel when you're building them?
Oh man, I feel like a child.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like a child. I explained this to Yogi J, to Jason Mazar Kelly, who's my partner in Wholesome MV. He asked me that same question, and I said, I feel like a child because one, building a sauna is anything in construction. I've been in construction for a long time, and you feel like it's just a more specific, intricate version of Legos, where you actually have to make the Lego pieces a lot of times yourself. And I love to get so specific with things. And so I really do feel like, I feel like just like a kid who gets to build something out of my imagination. And we have a saying in our family, if you can see it in your mind, you can hold it in your hand. The tree house that is across from us.
Yeah.
My kids drew that on a napkin.
I mean, it's so cool.
Yeah, and it's like same with sauna. I draw them on paper. I don't like to use computers. I love to use I like to draw on wood, honestly, sketch on wood, and then I love to bring it to fruition, and I feel so childlike the whole time. I feel like I get to actually like live my dream. I get to be a kid as an adult. It's lovely. I love building two at one time. It's easier to build two saunas at once. Um, these saunas are 7 by 9. Just to try to give you an idea, it's glass. You have your door, you have your two benches, you have your big window, stove, right? And this sauna comfortably fits 8 people. And you can stand fully in here, which is lovely. My favorite part about these two saunas in particular is this is all reclaimed barnwood. This is all reclaimed cedar. So this was all on a barn. And instead of throwing it away, we turn it into a sauna. We sand all of it down to bare. We refinish it, make it completely sauna safe for the temperature. And then we watch people take care of themselves. It's so lovely. I mean, it's a big difference when you frame a sauna with 2 by 6 walls. When your wall thickness is 6 inches thick, right? And you figure you have, I have cedar on this side, cedar on this side, and it's insulated in between, right? Your typical commercial sauna that you'd buy online, it's like, or like think of a barrel sauna, right? Those barrel saunas, the only insulation is about a 1-inch thick piece of wood. So, which is next to nothing. It takes a while for even a dry heat or a wood-fired version of a barrel sauna. It takes forever to get hot. In comparison, it could be -20 out here, and this sauna is so well insulated. Even with having glass, you just have a much faster heating process and a super comfortable experience for how uncomfortable it gets in here. I love it.
Had you ever seen a mobile sauna before you built this?
Oh God, yeah. I'd seen them in person, many of them, many different styles. But I'd also seen it in my mind. I saw this specific sauna in my mind. I built it in my mind, which is how I do everything. I build it in upstairs, as I say. But I've seen,
Stairs, I
yeah,
love it.
yeah.
I built it upstairs.
It's all being built upstairs. But this one was interesting because we were going to put 2 cold plunges on the front, and
And you did.
we did, yeah. And and that's what I saw in my mind. I had never seen a sauna with cold plunges on the trailer, so that was the main difference. Was I've seen so many saunas on trailers. There are a few others here on the Vineyard which are super lovely. We don't believe in competition. We believe in collaboration. So I love that there's more saunas, more accessibility. But to put cold plunges on the trailer and to see it upstairs and then to see it in reality was so beautiful. So this was, even though I had seen them before, this was still a little new, and which made it even more fun. Because you have to figure it's like, well, a self-contained sauna is one thing, but to have cold plunges, you have to figure out how to drain the water, how to clean the tubs, all sorts of things. And we managed to figure it out and designed a very simple, elegant, it's very rustic looking and operating sauna. It's and cold plunge trailer. It's lovely.
What is special about this one?
Everybody got the, you know, it's the same thing that makes everything in life special. It's not the thing itself, it's the people. My favorite places just have to do with my favorite people. My favorite places are where my favorite people are. This sauna is my favorite sauna because my favorite people are always in this sauna. The sauna is in my front yard. You've been in this sauna. So many of our close friends have been in this sauna. The conversations in this sauna, the tears, the laughter, the stories, all of it. I'm getting goosebumps. Yeah.
Aw.
Hmm. Just because it's the people make it special. If there were no people here and I just had the sauna, it's just the wooden box. But with everyone coming over and it really does. Yeah, it's just different. People make it different.
I know.
People make life
Yeah.
different, and like with the sauna, it's really special.
People make the silence special.
Yeah,
That's my reason for the
right?
silence.
Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you told when you shared the idea of like building this sauna trailer, what
Hmm.
did people say?
Well, the people I tell are used to I like to dream big. Uh, and everyone who knows me knows that if whatever I say I'm going to do, it's just a matter of time before I actually do it. And so a lot of people said they weren't surprised.
Okay.
It was nice that my parents thought that it was an exceptional idea. It's nice that my friends also thought it was an exceptional idea. It was one of the few ideas that people you can't really help but think it's a wonderful idea. I mean, the benefits of sauna alone, right? With sauna, you sauna 3 to 5 times a week for 20 minutes at a time, 15 to 20 minutes at a time. You cut your all-cause mortality, basically the chances of you dying from the inside out. You cut it in half. The heart-related deaths, you cut it in half.
I mean, this sauna, actually, at that point, there was no this sauna. Your previous saunas, like old version of sauna, really helped me so much in like
Yeah.
most difficult period of my life, probably.
Oh,
Saved me,
that's all.
really, literally.
Yeah, that's so lovely to hear.
Well, it's true.
Yeah, and you showed up.
Yeah, I mean, it was just like such a like. Now we're like so like used to this luxury.
I know. But we did have humble beginnings.
Yeah, we did.
We
Yeah.
started it was by any means necessary. We started with 10 saunas.
And that's how you started. You started from like
Yeah.
sauna tents, right? Like, and cold plunges.
Sauna tents, stock tanks for cold plunges. I had a 2-person infrared sauna on that porch. This is 5 years ago. And I'd have kids come over. Oh my gosh, Josh Lake was coming over, and I'd come outside and he'd be in the infrared sauna, right? And he'd be like, "Oh, I just filled up the horse trough out front." And like, yeah, we've cold plunged in saunas and saunaed in so many different vessels that you can think of. And now we do have this, this luxury
one.
wellness box, and
We just need lavender.
lavender. I love that. Yep, that's actually how you pronounce lavender, people. So good.
It's like in our joke.
Yeah. But yeah, now we have this, and it's lovely. The reception for building this sauna has been wonderful, and the reception for building future saunas is wonderful because it's, people can find a hard time with anything. You can find a hard time working out. You can have a hard time getting cold. You can have a hard time getting hot. You can have a hard time just being even remotely the slightest bit of uncomfortable. With that said, when you do it with someone else, and you have someone right beside you, and you do something uncomfortable, you microdose the discomfort, we say. You find that your threshold for bravery, for just kind of, instead of trying to control the moment, for just being in the moment, right, and embracing the moment for what it is, you find that your ability to do that and be that is just, it's so much easier. Sauna makes it easier. Like, actually, there's less of a daunting effect with sauna than with going to the gym, per se, right? Especially as a female, the idea is what's the scary thing, right? Well, like, I could go there and, there's all these guys moving the weights and shit, or whatever. But you go to a sauna and you think it's just a really hot box, so you just have to get okay with the hot. with the heat. And when you have someone with you, especially here, because everyone is so positive and so kind and so lovely, and there's really no judgment here, there's no judge. Everyone's just curious like a little kitten.
Yeah.
So it makes it easier to just immerse in hard things and do hard things a little bit at a time. It's really the secret of life is just doing hard things just a little bit at a time. And then you realize that like when actual hard things in life happen, it can be really, really tough and you can be really, really okay. And that's just one of the amazing benefits of sauna by virtue of community.
How long did it take to make this reel? And how long, like, let's start from this one.
Hmm.
And how long it's gonna take to make those reels?
Yeah. So to build this sauna, um, it took 2 weeks to build that sauna, which is kind of amazing. Um, and then it takes around 2 weeks, depending on the style, size, build. It takes between 2 and 4 weeks, depending on the size of the sauna. And it's really not so much the size, but the intricacies of like the niche things in the sauna that the client might have. Are we, depending on whether the walls are all cedar, or if you have, pebbles, rock pebbles all on one wall, or if you have if it's tiled or whatnot. But it typically takes about 2 weeks to make a sauna.
That's
Per-
quick.
Easy peasy. Yeah, because when you understand like the structure of the walls, and how everything is laid out and built, I panelize a lot of things, so I can make things faster with just kind of creating a structure. That being said, I also just like to take my time because I want to enjoy every second of building it. It's just a fun process, and it's instantly gratifying because the second it's done, it's not like building a garage that's going to get used like, you know, to store a car, or to store bikes, or like every once in a while they'll play ping pong in the garage.
Mm-hmm.
The
Or have a
sa
party.
Yeah, right. The saunas are used on a very regular basis, and they're used for health.
Yeah.
And like that's like I can't put a price on that. It's
Yeah.
so amazing. So, now to answer your question, I'd say like 2 weeks on average to build our saunas, to build an 8-person sauna. Both those saunas over there are 8-person saunas. And yeah, 4 weeks if I'm building like a 16 to 30-person sauna.
How
Um,
many person this sauna is?
this sauna can hold between 12 and 15 people.
By the way, Lou refused to answer the question what makes this sauna that special, but I'll answer. He said community for sure, but the view from the sauna is just like unbelievable because you
Yeah.
look at this like incredible field, and like there is changing room there, what would never been used, I think.
Yeah,
Literally.
I know.
It's and then like you get outside and you just jump in the cold plunge, which is also awesome. It's like so much fun, and then you jump back, and it's like
Yeah.
all incredible. It's very special.
True contrast therapy.
Yeah.
Sauna, cold plunge,
Yeah.
relax, repeat.
Yes.
So nice. Okay. It's so fun. And it's important to protect your hair from sauna heat. So I love the Viking hats and the pilot hats. Yeah, come on in. It's very, very spacious. Um, oh, I love this sauna so much. And it is lovely to, mind you, I haven't cleaned the sauna, but it is lovely to look out and, you know, see this nature. And yeah, it's funny. A lot of people think that the size of the stove box has to do with the heat. It's the size of the B vent. This sauna puts out a tremendous amount of heat, and it is so lovely. It usually between 200 and 220 in here, and it's such a joy. I love a wood-fired sauna because the process of lighting the sauna every time, between cutting up the wood and and getting the kindling going and getting the process. It's just fun. It's just fun every time. So I love it.
I know you bring the sauna trailer to some different spots.
Hmm.
What is the most magical spot you ever brought it to?
Oh, that's a great question. Um, Bringing it to Squibnaucket Beach was very special.
I saw photos from that. It was awesome.
Yeah, that was really lovely. Most meaningful to me in terms of like a place we actually brought it to date, I'd say is bringing it to Jason's birthday.
Okay, yeah.
To see his whole family and then his friends from home, you know, it's undeniable. It's like the you don't need to see the someone like overtly smiling. You can see just how someone feels at peace with themselves, and you're like, fuck yeah.
Well, I've heard from some of my colleagues who don't know you like directly, basically.
Yeah.
I mean, they met you because of sauna, but
Hmm.
my colleague, I was saying, oh, I'm going to sauna, the sauna, la la la, and she was like, wait. I just like went for like I had this like sauna trailer on birthday of my friend,
Yeah.
and there was this guy, like good looking guy. I was like, Lou? She was like, yes. She was like, we had such a great time. It was
Hmm.
awesome.
I'll take that. Why not?
Of course.
Thanks. I'll
I
take
mean,
it.
I was like, yeah, island, like small island, small island.
It is. It's a small island. It's a big world. I brought it to many different parties, retreats, bachelorette events, yeah, wellness events, so many places, and you know, every time it's special. We,
What's any special events for the summer?
for the summer coming up, oh
Hmm.
my gosh, yeah, we have it going to a wedding in about a week and a half, and then we have it going to a bachelor party. It's going up to another house in Chilmark, which I've already looked at, which is absolutely gorgeous. And I don't, I can't say this fully yet, but there's a very great chance that it's going to be at one specific oyster company's area where you can go and have oyster tours and sauna and cold plunge. So
That's
very,
very fancy.
very excited about
Very
that.
fancy.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Sauna, aphrodisiac, get into cold water. It sounds lovely.
Sounds, yeah,
Yeah.
sounds like, taste of the vineyard.
Yeah. Maybe we'll roll it to the taste next year. I like that.
Maybe, I think you should.
Yeah.
I mean,
We'll have to have a sign that says like, you know,
maybe in the end
yeah, no alcohol,
or before. I
Yeah,
don't know. It's gonna be a little bit tricky because you kind of go and dress up there.
that's just true. Yeah.
Maybe like recovery day.
Oh, recovery day after? I like
Day
that.
after,
Yeah.
yes. We can propose.
Should put a link online. If you went to the Taste of the Vineyard, the sauna
Yes.
is open for business.
So, what do people say after their very first session?
Their very first sauna session?
Hmm.
Um, it's usually like, holy shit, or just something out of the ordinary, because if it's your very first sauna session, it's a very out of the ordinary experience. Um, Most people just aren't familiar with having their nervous system reset, and feeling at peace with themselves. And sometimes it takes doing something as uncomfortable as getting in a room that's 200 degrees and, sitting with yourself or with your friends for a few minutes to realize, and for your body to realize, that it's time to rest. I mentioned this to you. Every animal, the gazelle knows how to rest from being chased by the lion. The lion knows how to rest after chasing the gazelle. We are such smart animals, and we need rest. And sometimes we have a hard time resting and resetting. And we get stuck in toxic cycles of dopamine and work and, whatever we think our problems are, or whatever we think we have to do. And we don't make time to rest. So after you've experienced something like a sauna session for the first time, your body experiences that rest that it's needed. You know, your your cortisol goes down, your adrenals reset, and you just feel a sense of peace that you might haven't felt in a while or ever.
It's definitely better than any bar or anything, for
Yeah.
sure.
Oh, that's for sure. It's so funny that we associate like having like a piece of cake or going to the bar as like treating ourselves. Except it's not really a treat.
Yeah, but that's what most of people use for like kind of like regulating their nervous system, like
Yeah,
relax, because most of
right.
people don't know
Right. I know.
other things and they don't
No.
think it's really
No,
helping.
no, I just need to relax, and it's like, no, you just need to relax.
What is your most memorable session you ever had?
Most memorable sauna session I've
Yeah.
ever had.
Mhm.
Everyone is like the first time.
Especially for cold plunge, huh?
Seriously, I mean, it's every session is very special. The most memorable session to me is still my first sauna session because I didn't have anyone show me this. I didn't have anyone tell me how to take care of myself. I had so much angst and depressive feelings in my teens and 20s, and I had to be brave. And the sauna, it's it's a mental, emotional, and physical therapist all in one. You add cold water, and it's like I don't even know what to call it
Yeah.
because yeah, it allowed me to really realize that like peace wasn't something that I was going to find out there. I had to realize it was within myself, and the sauna helped me realize it was all right here. All of my answers were already here. And that was such a profound experience. And I realized if I could make the sauna more accessible, then people could find themselves. I'd make it more accessible for people to realize that everything they were looking for was right here. So yeah, the first session I still remember very, very well. It was a shitty infrared sauna that didn't get up to 150 degrees. It was like 149 on the dot. And I stayed in for 20, 30 minutes. And I noticed something that I hadn't noticed. I was, my nervous system was so relaxed when I got out. I didn't feel like I had to do anything. I felt at peace. And I don't need to chase that feeling or go after it anymore.
I love it.
Yeah.
So what makes your life on Martha's Vineyard special?
Oh, you're a part of that. It's the people.
Okay.
Yeah. It's all everything is about between the safety that this place curates, and again, I think that has to do with the people too. We live in nature. At night we can hear the ocean over those trees, but really it's the people. I love my people that have chosen me and I've chosen them, and I'm just so grateful. I'm grateful for my family, my children, and my friends. That's what I live for. So I don't have social media or watch the news. I just focus on what's right in front of me. And I notice that what's right in front of me also focuses on me too.
How long have you been on the vineyard?
14 years.
Nice. How did
Yeah.
you get here?
Uh, uh, a TV show and a girl, a TV show and you could say a girl. And super grateful. It's been a great learning experience, and this place and I are like two peas in a pod.
How did you feel for the first time when you got here? What do you think?
Well, it was amazing. I was at school in Boston at Northeastern, and Martha's Vineyard's an hour and a half drive, and then a ferry ride. It was not very far, and I had never heard of this place, and it reminded me of
And you got here because of TV show?
yeah, yeah. We shot the pilot for the Vineyard, um, and it felt like the place I grew up in South Jersey, in Cape May, outside of Ocean City. Just the beach, tranquil beach vibes. But this place to a different level, it was less commercialized. There are no box stores here. It was less about the convenience of things and more about the community of just amazing humans. And yeah, almost overwhelming how well this place, like, yeah.
We talked already a lot about the community, but
hmm
what is about this community? What do you love the most? What people don't see from like who are not on the island?
About our sauna community,
Like
or
in general, your community, about this Martha's Vineyard community.
people show up for themselves, and that's something. People here, I would say, and granted, this is very generalized, speaking about a whole culture of people. But as a culture, a vineyard culture, it's less about the convenience of things and more about the comfort of community. Eh, yeah, it's just it keeps coming back to community because the community here is just it's it's such a tight knit fabric that's just woven into everything. You can be in Edgartown, Chilmark, Vineyard Haven. People here are just like you feel like people have your back. You feel like people here ask more often than not, how can I help, as opposed to what's in it for me. People here ask, what can I do for the community? They're not looking for the community so much to like, take care of them. They're
Yeah.
asking, how can I help? And I really do. I'm one of those humans too that says, how can I help?
If someone is thinking about moving here,
Mhm.
what would you tell them honestly?
If they're moving here,
If they're thinking about moving here, considering, what would you tell them?
uh, I'd tell you the same thing. No one knows you better than you. Trust your gut. Think less here and feel more here. Know more here, and this place is for you. Because if you want to just not feel that you're accepted, but know that you're accepted, this is your place. If you want to have less like societal conveniences, this is your place. If you want to be more immersed in nature, this is your place. If you want to eat real food, this is your place. If you want to be
Yeah.
surrounded by small farms and self-sustainable agriculture and really just beautiful humans, this is your place. If you want to see people as children, this is your place. And if you want to see how those children take care of each other as loving adults, this is your place.
What is the biggest lesson you learned from living on Martha's Vineyard?
Stay humble, be grateful. You can't really help but wake up grateful here. I mean, we can always choose, but the biggest lesson I learned is to stay humble and to be grateful, specifically from living here. You know, um, the human experience can be very heavy. Um, I'm no exception to tough moments. I've experienced, a divorce and many other things, very close people leaving this earth. And this place has really been so nurturing to me. And I've really found so much peace in community, in nature, and and yeah, it really taught me to be super humble and super grateful and to slow down. I'm much slower. I'm still very fast on my feet, but I'm much slower in the way in which I act upon things because of this place.
For someone thinking about buying on the vineyard,
hmm
what part of the island they underestimate?
Chilmark, Up Island. People say it's too far from everything. I drive my kids to the OB school 5 days a week. I can tell you, I'd make that drive times 100 every day just to be here. We're sitting in a 2 acre field with, there's soccer nets in the treehouse and saunas being built and the big sauna behind us and just the natural stone walls. farmland, agriculture. It's overtly peaceful. It's just lovely. Like Up Island is super lovely. I mean, the whole of the island is lovely. It's hard to like say one is better than the other. I prefer space, I'd prefer to have a big yard over a big house. I love Chilmark and I love Aquina and I love West Tisbury. And for being so honest, I also love Vineyard, Haven, Oak Bluffs, and and Edgartown too. But I'm a big fan of Up Island. It's super overrated. People think that Up Island is just for old money, and that's not true. I'm not old money. I'm not new money. And again, I'm super grateful for living here. Yeah.
Few more signature questions.
Okay.
Best lobster roll on the island.
Best lobster roll on the island? Oh man, that's such a great question. Okay, well, TJ had a lobster roll from Rockfish last night, and traditionally, I would say the best lobster roll is the one made in my kitchen.
No.
Okay, if you're going to buy a lobster roll, I'll go town to town if you'd like. If you're in Oak Bluffs, the Lookout Tavern's lobster roll is pretty legendary. I've had many. I like a hot lobster roll. So
if you pick just one.
Just one on the whole island?
Yeah, so like somebody comes here for one day and say like, I really want to try the best lobster roll. Where would you say to go?
Oh my gosh, up until last night, I would have said the Lookout Tavern. Rockfish's lobster roll had a substantial amount of lobster on their roll, and I was watching TJ eat it, and he said that it was the best lobster roll he's ever had, and honestly, from my view, it was the best lobster roll I've ever seen. So
okay.
I'm gonna give it to Rockfish right now. It's okay if you disagree. So Rockfish for now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Your favorite sunset spot?
Favorite sunset spot? Oof. This goes against traditional norms. I'm gonna actually say Tashmoo opening. Yeah, Lake Tashmoo opening, which is in Vineyard Haven. A lot of people say Menemsha, some people say Lambert's, some people say Quansu, Lucy Vincent. There are so many places. The west side of the lighthouse is amazing. The best sunsets I've ever seen are at the like purple sunsets from Lake Tashmoo. I love it. Yeah.
Okay. And what is best ice cream on the island?
The best ice cream? Oh man. The best ice cream. So my kids would say Rosie's in Oak Bluffs, which I think is frozen yogurt. But they'd still say that's in the ice cream wheelhouse. I will say the best ice cream on the island. Oh my gosh. Two of my friends own ice cream places here.
Your favorite, just like no judgments.
No judgments. Okay. Best ice cream on the island goes to
Doo-doo-doo-doo-doom.
Can I ask you first, what's your favorite?
I don't really eat ice cream.
Me neither. I'm gonna say Mad Martha's because
Okay.
my kids eat a lot of ice cream in the summertime, and they would say Mad Martha's.
One thing about living on the island nobody warns you about.
You want this to be positive or negative?
Real.
Real? People don't know the extent of how tough dealing with the ticks are on Martha's Vineyard. And that's just the truth.
I knew you were gonna say that.
It's the one caveat of being here. And so with that said, remember, I think that this place is the end all be all in terms of safety. And there are ways to protect yourself from ticks. I also own a landscaping company, and we do spray with natural solutions, organic solutions. We spray a lot of properties, this property included. There have been no ticks crawling up me while we've been here. This is all sprayed with cedar oil. You need to just know how to protect yourself, your family, your property from ticks and how to be smart about it. So it takes just one extra step. And again, there's less conveniences here. Here, like when you go walking in the woods, you wear tick tape around your ankles or you wear tick guards, and you just have to really remember that an extra 2 minutes of protecting yourself from ticks, spending an extra whatever it costs to spray your yard with to protect yourself from ticks, it's worth that times 100, as opposed to getting Lyme disease or alpha gal or tularemia, all of which I've had. So that's the one thing I wish that there was more. I wish we took it just a little bit. I don't like to take life too seriously. Um, I wish we took that just a little bit more seriously.
I take it very seriously after what happened to you last year.
Yeah.
So what people should do if they want to get your sauna for their event?
I would say if you have a hitch on the back of your truck, you can just pull up and take it anytime. No, I would say the best way is to go on our website, wholesomemv.com. You can see more, you can learn more about the sauna on the website. You can book directly on the website. Phone number is right there. Give me a call, you can email me or Jay, Yogi J. So the best way is to just go on wholesomemv.com. You can learn a lot more about the sauna in particular and when you can rent it out and whatnot.
And what if somebody wants you to build sauna for them?
Building a sauna, I'd say best way is to either call or email me, and I'll give you my contact so you can share. And I'd love to build someone a sauna. It's super fun. Yeah.
Awesome. I love it. Thank you. This is Marta's Vineyard and a magic of the silent. Thank you, Lou.
Thank you, Katya.